that I'm speaking about it. Something that I'll never forget, actually.
A former assistant to Sean Diddy Combs speaking out in the new interview with new...
This is the first time I've ever spoken about it aloud. Something etched so deeply into my memory that I'll never shake it loose. A former assistant to Sean Diddy Combs has stepped into the spotlight with a new interview, dropping allegations that peel back the curtain on wild, almost unbelievable parties. And now, imagine this. One of Hollywood's most cherished icons, a man who once captivated the world with his quick wit, infectious humor, and blockbuster action roles, finds himself tangled in a controversy so thick, it's hard to see through the haze. Yes, we're talking about Will Smith, the same Will Smith who cemented his place in Oscars lore with that infamous slap just a couple of years ago. But this is a different beast entirely. The whispers are growing into a roar, the speculation spiraling into something feverish. Could it really be true? Is the FBI gearing up to slap cuffs on the Fresh Prince himself? What could have gone so catastrophically wrong for one of entertainment's brightest stars? This isn't just a stumble, it's a potential freefall, and the damage might be beyond repair. Let's rewind for a moment, because this isn't about a single bad night at an awards show or a tabloid frenzy over a rocky marriage. This is about allegations that could rewrite the Will Smith story in a way no one saw coming. If the rumors hold any weight, federal investigators have been piecing together a case against him for months, maybe even years. Insiders claim the FBI has amassed a mountain of evidence, emails, phone records, witness testimonies, all pointing to activities far darker than anyone could have imagined from the guy who once rapped about parents just not understanding. And yet, Will has reportedly stonewalled authorities, refusing to cooperate, a move that some say has only stoked the government's resolve to drag him into the light. How's he handling it? Well, if you believe the chatter, he's been busy. Some say he's shedding assets like a man expecting a storm, selling off a mansion here, a vacation home there. Is he bracing for a brutal legal fight or something even worse? Then there's the legal team he's supposedly assembling, a roster of high-octane attorneys known for pulling the elite out of their deepest messes. It's almost as if he's staring down the barrel of something inevitable, even if he's keeping his lips sealed in public. But what could possibly tie Will Smith, a man whose biggest scandal used to be a televised slap, to accusations this severe? The thread seems to lead back to another name dominating the headlines, Sean Diddy Combs. Yes, the same Diddy who's been under a microscope for his notorious parties. Events that, according to lawsuits and indictments, were far from your average A-list soirees with champagne flutes and polite chit-chat. These gatherings, dubbed freak-offs by some, are alleged to have been something far more sinister. A former assistant recently spilled details in an interview, painting a picture of meticulously planned nights where travel was arranged, accommodations secured, and certain necessities provided. He didn't name every participant, but he did say many of the women involved were strikingly young, 20 or so, not underage, but young enough to raise questions about power dynamics. The guest lists, packed with names so big they'd make your head spin. And now, Will Smith's name keeps popping up in connection to these events. Photos have resurfaced of Will and Diddy grinning together at various functions over the years, red carpets, award shows, casual Hollywood hangouts. A snapshot doesn't prove guilt, but it's enough to make people wonder, how deep does this friendship run? Did Will ever step foot into one of these infamous bashes? And if he did, what did he see or do? Will's not staying quiet about it, though. In a rare public moment recently, he tackled the rumors head-on, telling a crowd he had nothing to do with Puffy and had never been near the kinds of activities people are whispering about. He even cracked a joke. "I don't even like baby oil," a nod to one of the weirder details tied to these alleged parties. It got a laugh, but not everyone's buying the deflection. The optics aren't great. A powerful star often seen, with younger women in the past brushing off accusations with a quip. Consent, as one observer noted, is tricky to judge from the outside, but the power imbalance in those situations lingers like a shadow. So let's talk about those parties, because they're the beating heart of this mess. Federal prosecutors don't see them as just wild nights. They're calling them orchestrated productions steeped in misconduct. Witnesses have described scenes that sound like something out of a twisted dream. Bizarre rituals, acts that defy explanation, and an atmosphere that left many uneasy. When authorities raided Diddy's properties earlier this year, they reportedly found what they've termed party supplies. not just lighting, equipment and linens, but cases of lubricants and substances meant to loosen inhibitions. It's a laundry list that's hard to dismiss as standard party fare. Why's the assistant speaking now? He says he's had enough. He believes Diddy's, a predator who needs to be held accountable, not left to roam free. And as the dominoes fall, Will Smith's name keeps surfacing. Was he a regular, a bystander, or something more? The FBI isn't tipping its hand, but the fact that he's in the conversation at all is telling. This isn't just about parties gone wild, though. The allegations against Diddy paint a picture of a criminal enterprise so elaborate it could rival a crime syndicate, charges that could lock him away for life. As more people step forward with stories, the fallout is rippling outward, pulling once untouchable names into the muck. Will Smith, with his megawatt smile and family-friendly legacy, is among the biggest caught in the undertow. Diddy's arrest in September 2024 was a bombshell, but it was just the opening act. Since then, his world has unraveled. Associates grilled, properties dissected, reputation shredded. And now, with Will's name in the mix, the stakes are sky high. Legal experts speculate it's only a matter of time before charges hit. If there's fire behind all this smoke, no amount of charm might save him. Meanwhile, Diddy's fighting back, filing a $100 million defamation lawsuit against NBC Universal over a documentary, Diddy, The Making of a Bad Boy. It's a bold swing, but it's not slowing the avalanche of accusations. Lawsuits and testimonies describe horrors at these gatherings, attendees allegedly coerced into acts they'd never have agreed to soberly. Diddy's team insists it was all consensual, but the sheer volume of claims tells a different story. For Will, the question isn't just was he there, it's did he know and do nothing. As Diddy's trial looms in 2025, the clock's ticking. Will's denials might hold for now, but if the FBI's case is as solid as insiders claim, he could soon face questions he can't dodge. And then there's the other storm brewing, one closer to home. Will and Jada Pinkett Smith's marriage has been a public puzzle for decades, but now it's cracking under the weight of scrutiny. Their relationship has always fascinated and baffled. Rumors of an open marriage have swirled since the early 2000s, fueled by Jada's cryptic comments. In 2013, she told an interviewer, "Will is his own man. I'm here as his partner, but he is his own man." It sounded like a hint at freedom, though she later clarified on social media. "Will and I both can do whatever we want because we trust each other. This does not mean we have an open relationship. This does not mean we have a grown one." Whatever that meant, it kept the rumor mill churning. The cracks really showed in 2020 with Jada's entanglement bombshell on Red Table Talk. Sitting across from Will, she admitted to a relationship with August Alsina during a separation. Will, visibly pained, nodded along as she called it an entanglement, a word that launched 1,000 memes. They framed it as proof of their resilience, but it felt more like a fracture. Fast forward to 2023, and Jada dropped another stunner during her Worthy book tour. She and Will had been living separate lives since 2016. For 7 years, they'd sold the world a united front while emotionally detached. Some say Will fought to save it while Jada pulled away. Others call it a calculated move to dodge divorce headlines. Either way, the facade is crumbling. Now, with Will's name tied to Diddy's mess, Jada's past is under the lens too. Whispers of her own shady associations, maybe even party attendance, float around, though nothing's concrete. Is she complicit in Will's troubles, or just collateral damage? Reports suggest she's quietly meeting with divorce lawyers as his legal woes mount. If they split, it's the end of an era for a couple who redefined Hollywood power dynamics. Their kids, Jaden and Willow, already spotlight veterans, might feel the fallout hardest. Jaden's oddball behavior and cryptic family comments, like Jada introducing them to alternative methods, only deepen the intrigue. Will's legacy hangs in the balance. From Fresh Prince to box office king, he's been a symbol of hustle and charm. But these allegations could torch it all. Jada's image as the fierce, independent half of the duo might falter too. Were they ever the progressive pioneers they claimed to be, or was it all a performance? As Will faces potential charges and Jada weighs her exit, the world watches. Are they victims of circumstance, or architects of their own unraveling? More. Secrets likely lurk, and with Diddy's trial on the horizon, the saga's far from over. What do you think? Endgame or misfire? The truth's still out there waiting.